So I wanted to start us off with just some intros. So I'll be happy to start, and then I hope that people will jump off mute and introduce themselves as well. So my name is Timosa Martin. I reside in Accra, Ghana. I'm the Quality Assurance and Africa representative for PlayLab AI. I'll talk a little bit about PlayLab shortly. And the ways that I'm currently supporting teachers to improve instruction is through the use of artificial intelligence, AI, as a tool to help teachers to strengthen their internalization of instructional materials and curriculum, as well as to support the development and design of high quality assessments. And I am not experiencing any particular challenges as of yet, but I am really excited to share a little bit about what we're learning through this process. So I'm going to pass it to Busola, and Busola, you could pass it to the next person. So Busola, would you jump on the mic and introduce yourself?
Okay, yes, we can start. Let's start accordingly from Samsung. If possible, you can rename yourself. The person using Samsung, please rename yourself so that if she wants to call, it is easier to uh, So let's start with Mrs. Babajide. Then from that to Lydia, please, we want everybody to rename themselves so that it's easier to call our names if possible. She would love that. Okay, Mrs. Babajide, please, you can introduce yourself like she has a question.
Good evening, all. Henrietta Babajide. I live in Ogun State, Nigeria, and my school is the Jews Nursery and Primary School. I'm the school proprietor. Thank you.
And oh, Busola, what are you doing to currently support improved
Okay.
instruction in your school?
Yes, I have tried to make available some technology gadgets so that the teachers go along with the digital transformation in the school. But the challenge I have there is the slow pace in adapting to this digital transformation. That's it,
Thank you.
the
Thank you
big
so
challenge.
much. So you said that you're implementing digital devices, but the uptake is a little slow. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Got it. Great. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call on Henrietta next.
That's me. It's Henrietta that just spoke
Oh,
now.
sorry. So Temmie too.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, good
Temmie, can
day,
you come
everybody.
off, please? Oh, there you
Yeah,
are. Hi,
can
Temmie.
you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, good day, everybody. My name is Temitokwe Balogun. I reside in Ogun State, and I do a volunteering role in in my church school. Just I volunteer to perform oversight administrative function. That's what I do currently.
Great. And what are you doing in your role? How are you helping to improve instruction at your school?
Yeah, just to uh, just to make sure that they are running the school. I mean, the leadership there are running the school according to the policy. They follow the policy. They are doing the needful in terms of curriculum, administration, the learning environment. Is a volunteering job anyway. I do that for my church. That's what I do.
And are you experiencing any challenges in your work?
Uh, not, not anything that cannot be dealt with. I think we're good.
Okay, great. Thank you. Who's
Yeah.
next? I see Adebimpe on my screen. Would you like to come off mute and just quickly introduce yourself?
Hello, good evening. Can you
Good
hear me now?
evening. Yes.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
I'm Adebimpe Shoremekun. Uh, I reside in Oyo State, precisely Ibadan. I am the HM of Covenant Treasure International School. Thank you.
And what are you doing to support your teachers to improve instruction at your school?
Yeah, I make sure they are updated with the day-to-day activities. Then I make sure they complete the curriculum. They run the school according to the curriculum, and they are well informed. Yeah.
Okay, any challenges?
The challenges are some of the teachers are not technologically inclined. So these are my challenge. These one of the challenges I'm facing.
I see, I see. Got it. Hopeful. Busola, are you able to come off mute?
Yes, good evening. My name is
Good
Busola
evening.
Babatun. Okay, so I'm from Nigeria and I'm a school leader. I would say like an architect, a learning architect at Mighty Oaks Haven Schools, where I preside. So for my teachers, how do I currently support them? I encourage the use of AI in my school so that to make learning teachers, the facilitation of learning faster and
Mm,
easier will also help the teachers to be able to see how they can differentiate learning easily in the classroom. So I think AI would help to make that easy. So I encourage them to do that. And also I try to train them on how to, better tools are coming up, what to do, how to use them, and how to just make sure that we are meeting up with the trend of things as regards technology as much as we can within the school system. The challenge, the
yes,
challenge
the
would,
challenge.
yes, so the challenge would be for technological facilities. So because my school is a new school, is a new startup, so the getting the technological facilities accessible to all the teachers is a bit of a challenge. So majorly we bank on the teachers' personal digital facility
Mhm.
to use. So
Yeah,
that's it.
thank you, thank
So
you. I
another thing
appreciate it. Sorry?
okay. So I wanted to say another thing might be the paperwork. I'm trying to reduce the paperwork and putting in place automations um, so that the teachers would have more time to themselves and to the students.
Yeah. Can you say a little bit more about the AI that teachers are using? What AI tools are they using at their school?
So we use ChatGPT majorly. We use Gemini AI, and
Mhm.
for slides, Gamma, and literally the popular ones.
Okay, okay, perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. Is that everybody? Did I capture everyone? Odesanya, did you want to also introduce yourself since you're running this?
Okay, okay, let me do what to do that myself. Although I do more of training teachers. But of course, I also have a learning center. Mine is not a school yet, but I have learning center that prepares students for exams across across locations in Ibadan, in Ekiti, and then in Lagos. So these my learning centers will predominantly prepare student for various exams. So of course, in terms of instruction, we have carved out based on the particular exam we are preparing for. We have a blended curriculum that focuses on how students can pass the exam very well. Then, secondly, in terms of instruction again, we have assessment that we use, and then of course, because we run a live class, but we support it with a virtual class. So most of the time, we also use Google Classroom. We use Zoom, and then of course, all the necessary materials are sent to students. We have student portfolios. Each of them have a mail with us, and then we send all the materials for each of the exams they are preparing for, as the case may be. So then, of course, challenge is not really as at current because most of our instructions are have some things that we have modified so much that, and of course, we're getting results. Again, the major challenge will be that we just want to expand, um, deepen the work. Of course, as a current, we are at 90. If I will rate us, but it can always get better. We want to take it to 98 if possible, or 100. Excellence or nothing.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, so let's move forward. I hope that everyone has their cell phones handy, because we're going to be using our phones for a part of this session. So can you just give me a thumbs up in the chat, or just let me know if you have your mobile device available, or otherwise, just come off mute and let me know if you're having any issues with that. Thank you. I see Adipempe. I see Henrietta. Good. I see Basola. Tammy, do you have your cell phone available? Can't see you,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. I do.
oh, perfect. Wonderful. Awesome. 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 Okay, because we're going to use it a couple of times today. So first thing I wanted to do, just can we make some agreements? Let's stay present. Let's be honest and open with our sharing, because this is a learning space. It's an opportunity to bounce ideas off of each other. So let's really take advantage of this opportunity. We're going to be trying some things today, so it's okay not to have all the answers. Just be okay with trying something new. Please ask questions and also challenge me, challenge each other, but let's just be respectful. I don't hear any background noise, but if you do wind up having some, please mute yourself so we can stay focused. And then if you have any comments, thoughts, ideas, feel free to come off mute and share them, because we're a nice small group, or you can always feel free to share them in the chats. So can we agree to all of these things? Can I get a thumbs up from you if you are on board? Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Odesanya. Adevinpe, Basola, great. Henrietta, awesome. Basola, I'm still waiting for your thumbs up, but I'm assuming that you're good. Unless if you're not, you can come off mute. Thank you so much. Awesome, wonderful. All right, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be sharing ideas and coming away with ideas for very strong classroom observations. That's one of the key roles and responsibilities of a strong school leader, is being able to go inside classrooms and do evidence-based observations. And from that, support teacher development through coaching, and apply those coaching strategies to strengthen teaching through the post-conferencing and conversations that you have with your teachers. And then today we're also going to use PlayLab as a tool to help us to monitor how all of these things happen. So a couple of things about PlayLab. PlayLab is not a AI product. So that's really important. It's not a product. PlayLab is a nonprofit organization that's committed to building AI literacy for adults as well as students, and also enabling people to build their own AI tools that are contextually relevant, that are culturally relevant, and that are locally relevant. So you will actually have responses from the AI that are very much customized to Nigeria. Okay, and then the last thing is that we are committed to building a global community of learners that are sharing and building and communicating with one another about their successes and their challenges so that we can all learn from each other. So I welcome you to visit our website at playlab.ai to learn more, and I'm also happy to answer more questions here. Okay, so first thing that I would like for you to do is I have put a QR code on the screen. We're not going to use this right now, but I would like for you to register because there are some tools that you're going to need access to that you can only access if you're registered. So the little registration page after you scan the QR code looks just like this. So I've started filling out mine. So first name, my email. You're going to need a password that is at least 8 characters long with a capital letter, a lowercase letter, and a like explanation point or a question mark or something like that. And then just a little bit of background about who you are. You're going to see an invitation code like the one that's in this invitation code here, which I'm going to try to, this invitation code. You're going to see one like it. It does not say this, but it's similar. So you don't need to do anything with that. That is the invitation code that I have given you so you can access our platform. So once you've done all of that, give me a thumbs up so that I know we can move forward. If you have any questions, feel free to come off mute and let me know.
Sorry, I was a bit because I want to participate too. Is that fine for me to participate?
Yeah, absolutely. Please. Everybody is welcome. Everybody has access.
Okay. So, I'm trying to. I was not there when you mentioned. I want to download PlayLab now.
So you're going to scan the QR code that's on the screen using your phone.
Where do I download PlayLab from?
So you scan the QR code on your screen. That's going to give you access to PlayLab.
Okay, I don't need to download, right?
No, there's nothing to download. It's a web-based application, so you don't have to download anything to your phone.
Okay.
So if you scan the QR code, fill out the form. Timmy, do you have a question or are you good?
Yes, please. I'm actually
Yes.
using I'm actually using my phone.
Yes.
So I don't know if I need to, if I have to also do this while using my phone. I need to scan. How possible would
Oh,
that
you're
be
using
for
your
me?
phone for the Zoom.
Yeah, for the Zoom meeting.
I see. You can still
So it's
scan it. It's going to be a little bit more challenging for you because you're using one device for
yes.
everything, but you can still use your camera to scan the QR code. You can still fill out the form. You're just going to have to toggle back and forth between the website
Okay.
and Zoom.
Okay. I'll try. I'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And don't worry because at the end, I'm going to collect everybody's email addresses and I'm going to send this entire deck to you so that you can access this offline if you're unable to access it during today's session.
Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. So as soon as you all are done, give me the thumbs up in the chat and then we'll move forward. Is there another hand up?
I'm still having issue though.
Tammy, I see your hand up again. You have another question? Or no, you just put it down.
No, 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 no.
I'm still having issue though.
So as soon as you fill out the form and you click submit, it should open up to a page on the
Please,
PlayLab website. It should open up to a
sorry,
workspace.
I have a
Yes.
question here. It's asking whether we are joining. Are
Say
you
yes.
joining as part of an official PlayLab event?
You can say
Oh,
yes. So, well, actually, no, you should say no. This is not an official PlayLab event. No is
okay,
fine. It's just letting
okay,
us know if you did one of our workshops, which this is not one of our official
okay.
workshops.
So
So you can say no, it
it's
will
okay.
not prevent you from gaining access.
Okay, so we can say no.
You can say
Or
no.
there's another option here, PlayLab workshop. It's not.
You can just say no. It's fine.
Okay, all right.
Good question.
Hello, ma.
Yes.
I'm actually using only one device, which is a phone. So I don't know how I want to go about it.
Yeah, no, that's okay. If you're using a phone, you can still scan the QR code with your camera. You would just have to toggle back and forth between Zoom and the app. But if you're not comfortable with that, that's okay too. Just at the end, I'm going to give you a survey. And if you give me your email in the survey, I can send all the materials to you so that you can look at it later. So it's up to you.
Okay, okay, ma. I'll send my email.
Sure. Okay, perfect. It'll be in a little survey, which will also be by QR code.
Okay, ma.
Okay. Are we okay? Should we move forward or are other people still registering?
Let's move forward.
Okay, anybody who is not ready, just come off mute and say you need a little more time.
Please, a little more time.
Absolutely. And hello, Miss Lady Blue. We didn't see you earlier today. Welcome. Okay, are we good? Enough time? As long as you have the QR code and you've scanned it, you're good to go. You just need to fill out the form, but I'm going to move us forward just because we're running a little short on time. Is that okay? All right. So this is today's anticipated journey. We may not be able to do all of this, but we're going to get as far as we can. So we've already done our opening and reflection, and we're about to talk about instructional leadership, classroom observation, teacher coaching and development, and we may get to monitoring effectiveness, we may not, but that's okay. But because I want to give you an opportunity to think about what we're discussing today and then close. Okay, so let's start with instructional leadership. And I'm calling out instructional leadership not only because that's the title of this session, but because instructional leadership is the number one responsibility of school leadership. The school leader should be the lead learner of the community. So what does that mean? That means that there are a number of things that leaders should be doing in the course of their day, in the course of their school year, to support high quality teaching and learning in their schools. Some of those things include ongoing classroom observation, teacher development, so building teacher capacity through professional development. That could be group professional development as a whole school. It could be small group professional development and department meetings. It could be small group professional development and grade level meetings. But bringing people together in a community for learning is another of the key responsibilities of the instructional leader. Also, one-to-one coaching. We know that everybody has different styles for learning. Some people work well learning in partnership with others, while others really need more tailored, customized one-on-one support. So leaders should be flexible enough to be able to provide both. And then ultimately, we need to monitor the effectiveness of the support that we're giving our teachers through observations, through professional development, through one-to-one coaching that's measured by what we're actually seeing in the improved outcomes of teaching and learning. So I'm gonna pause there for one moment, see if this brings up any ideas, questions. How does this connect to the work that you're doing now? Or what challenges are you experiencing with this work now? So I'm gonna pause and you're welcome to come off mute. No questions, no thoughts, no reflections yet? Do you all agree that these things are important for school leadership?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just want to make sure that I'm not speaking into the air.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so then what does that mean? Let's move into classroom observation first. So when I was a school leader, classroom observation was one of the biggest challenges that I faced. I had a lot of teachers. I also was responsible for student discipline. And sometimes the student discipline problems would be so varied and so massive that it really it influenced my ability to get into classrooms. So I had to create a dedicated time and a dedicated schedule for me to get into classrooms, because that's where I really had the opportunity to see what's really happening in my school. So a couple of things that I would look for in classroom observation is, what does the learning environment look like? Are materials available? Are students engaged? Is there a respectful learning environment? Are people communicating in productive ways with one another? What is the quality of lesson delivery? Do I see evidence that the lesson is being delivered in a student-centered manner? Is it aligned with the standards and the expectations of the curriculum? Again, student engagement also connected to learning environment. What do we see in terms of how students are participating? Are they just sitting quietly and taking notes, or are they actually engaging and sharing their thoughts and questioning and offering their opinions about the learning? And then the last thing that's on my list here is assessment. Do I see evidence of assessment being used as a tool to support the learning environment, not just as a tool to evaluate students? So I want to pause there and just see what this raises for you. Are these the things that you look for, or are there other things that you look for when you observe classrooms? Please come off mute.
Okay, let me also add, I also look for um, classroom management. I've my time as an acting school principal, and my time as vice principal academics. Some of the things when I do classroom observation, I want to look at classroom management. Are there routines? We look at how misbehavior is being handled. If there is any misbehavior at all, how is it being handled? Is there a respectful student to teacher interaction? Are there smooth transition between activities, or will one activity linger for long than the other? So I want to look at because I believe that a strong classroom management should be calm and structured, but not rigid. So I also look for learning evidence as well. Learning evidence in the sense that are the students able to explain the concepts that they have learned? Are they able to, is the teacher checking for understanding in terms of quizzes, discussion? Are the student making a progress? So the key question would now be, what proof is there that the student has already learned? That must be proofs.
Yeah.
So I want to look for proofs. And the third one I actually look at is differentiation and inclusion. So I want to look at are different learners supported? But what are the challenges as far as learning is concerned? Is the class inclusive, or is it divisive in terms of, okay, only the boys are talking, only the girls are talking, or is he allowing everybody to talk, well, irrespective of your gender, of where you sit, of how you look and everything? So we want to look at that as well. So those are a few things I also want to look at.
That's awesome. I love the fact that you tied classroom management not only to student behavior, but how teachers are thinking through the flow of the lesson and transitions and that sort of thing. So expanding the definition of classroom management to be more than student compliance. I like that. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else want to come off mute and share things that you look for in your observations?
Hello?
Hi there.
Hello?
Hi, we
So
can hear
where do
you.
you Okay, I'll look for use of teaching aids.
Okay.
The use of teaching aids. Are the teacher using teaching aids? Is it life skill teaching aids? Also, I'll look out for students' participation in class, how they are responding to teachers, how they answer questions. Are they really involved in the learning process? Are they carried along, or are they being left out? So students' participation is very, very important. I'll look out for that as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So how teachers are using various materials to help students to internalize the content. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So please, if you have other ideas, feel free to jump off mute. But in the interest of time, I wanted to move forward. And the reason why I asked you all to log into the PlayLab platform is because I wanted to give you access to some of the tools and resources that our leaders are building for themselves. So again, I mentioned earlier that PlayLab is not a product. PlayLab is a tool that educators and leaders can use to create their own contextually, locally relevant solutions. So these are 3 examples, and you can look at them now or you can look at them later, but I really want you to look at the purpose. So this leader that developed the Developing with Danny leader said that they needed to have some way to improve instructional delivery based on their informal classroom observations. And they were really challenged by how they could take all of that information and turn it into actionable feedback with speed. right? Because you don't want to observe a class today and then not give feedback to the teacher for 5 days. So when there's so many things that our leader is responsible for, sometimes they just need some help being able to translate what they saw in the teaching into something that the teacher can actually do in real time, or in, you know, in a very short time frame. So this leader built this app to help them do that. So you can see an example of that app. Here's another coaching assistant tool that another leader built. And this again was for their context, being able to draft action steps for a teacher based on the observation notes that they took. So this app that they built on the PlayLab platform enabled them to do that. And then this last one here, teacher observation and feedback generator. Again, this leader from their own observation notes created an email that they offered to sent to their teacher that had a summary of what they observed and specific feedback for the teacher to act upon. So take a moment, and you're welcome to take a look at these apps. And again, these are apps that were built by actual school leaders, not an off-the-shelf solution that they purchased. So take a look at that, and I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 minutes to review whichever one of these apps you're interested in, and just come off mute and tell me what you think. And you'll have access to these after the event is over as well, so you don't have to worry about running out of time. Hello, Chidima. How are you? I see you
Hi,
trying to
so
come off.
sorry.
Hi.
I'm still at work
No worries. No
in a
worries.
different time zone, so it's a little bit challenging here.
I understand. I understand. Do you have access to your cell phone?
I do. I actually already checked on one of the apps, the teacher
Oh,
observation
wonderful.
feedback. Yeah, it's
So what did you
amazing.
think? I'm curious.
It's good. It's great. It's great.
What did you like about it?
It gives them. It gives. Would you like to? I think it's just the feedback, the immediate feedback you're getting.
Yeah. One leader said that he used his app and he was able to, in 1 quarter, give 90 instances of feedback within the first quarter of school.
Oh wow!
That's
Great.
how expeditious and how just helpful these apps were in terms of managing time, right?
Oh
So I wanted to
yeah.
just show that really quickly and move us forward. Again, you'll still be able to access these. But the other thing that I wanted you to see, if you scan this QR code, that's why I said you needed to have your phones for this session. This will take you to our Explore page. What is
I got it.
really cool
Yeah.
about this is that you can actually select a category of app that you would like to see, and it will pull up every app that's in our community that is tagged with that particular topic. So if you want to look at leadership, or if you want to look at literacy, or you want to look at math, or you want to look at social work or social emotional learning, you can look at what our community members have created. And you could either use those apps or you could actually build your own based on those. So I wanted to make sure that you all had access to this and knew that this was a resource that's available to you. All right. So again, you can filter by coaching, leadership, assessment, feedback, intervention, any category that you would like to explore. All right. So I know we only have 15 minutes left, so I'm going to quickly move us forward. But one of the things that I did want to just explicitly name is this 4-cycle instructional coaching approach. So this is how I have done my observations, and I'm sure that many of you may do some form of this, but being able to have a conversation with the teacher before you go into the classroom so that you can align on what it is that you'll be looking for and get the teacher's ideas of what's going on in the class, so that when you're actually going into the observe the class, you're coming in with an informed lens, and that the teacher doesn't feel surprised about whatever it is that you're going to be observing. Then after that observation, being able to have a post-observation conversation so that you can discuss what you saw, the teacher has an opportunity to reflect, and that there's opportunity for follow-up and accountability. What are the steps coming out of that observation and that post-observation conference that we would want to see change or would like to see differently the next time that we go into a classroom? So this is an approach. It's not the only approach, but something that you might find helpful. Are there any parts of this that anyone would like to come off mute and talk about that maybe you're not doing or that you're already doing that you'd like to share about?
So I just think, is it okay to jump in?
Yes, please. I'm happy for you to jump in.
Okay, so literally I do follow the stages you've established here. For pre-observation, the only thing, and I don't know, maybe that's, maybe you do that too. So when I meet with the teachers and we lay out the expectations, what I'm expecting to observe with, and then we agree on a date. Now I also have kind of like a sample of what I expect to see.
Mhm.
So, and that's like a binder I made myself in my teaching days.
Mhm.
So I share that with the teacher. So this is what I expect to see. Um, I have it here. So if you don't have it, you can always come to, see. So it has a long range plan. It has, the standards, whatever, all I'm expecting of you for that
Yeah,
observation.
yeah.
I just have it with me. And I think I find it's very helpful for most of them because it's a little bit nerve-wracking, it's scary for them to having the observations, right?
Yeah, I think, one thing I love having an example to show people, it's very clarifying. I think something else to also consider is how do you make sure that the teacher understands that this is not a judgment? It's not to, penalize them, but this is really just about helping them to be better teachers and support. And that it's not just evaluation. There's times for that, but the majority of the time that a teacher is seeing you should not be just for evaluation. It really should be for support. So how do you message that to them? So that's something to just think about.
So what I do there is I clarify, we have that discussion and then I make it clear. I clarify my role at that point,
Yeah.
understanding that, my positionality and the authority and the influence it carries. So I clarify
Mhm.
my role. I'm here to listen and I'm also here to learn.
Right, right.
So I
I
put
love
it
that.
that way, that's, both formally and informally, I try to have that conversation before we even go ahead.
Wonderful. Lusola, I see your hand up. What would you like to say?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, so I also do the pre-observation conference, classroom observation, but I'd like to ask, looking at what you have on the slides on the post-observation conference, you talked about use the growth model. So I would like you to, if you can, share something on what the growth coaching model is like.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. So I think going back to what Chidima had mentioned about her role as a learner, her role as an observer, her role as, a supporter. In the post-observation conference, being able to create space for the teacher to self-reflect before you start charging forth with your opinions about what happened in the classroom can really set a tone that the teacher's perspective is valued and important, and that you really do want to hear what they thought about the lesson, right? And what they saw as successes, what they saw as things that they would like to do better. And then that you can build on that. So rather than them come sit down and then you just start shooting off what you saw and what you thought went well, what you thought they could improve upon. It creates an opportunity for dialogue. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any other thoughts, questions? All right, we only have about 10 minutes, so I'm going to move us forward. So you've already done all of this, but I wanted to just offer this one more time for anybody who may have come late. If you have not scanned the QR code, you'll definitely want to do that. But what I want to show you is a quick video on how you can actually build your own app on our platform. So it's only going to be about 3 minutes, but if you can follow along, I encourage you to. If you can't, you can always go back and do this later. But let's take a look at this video. So you want to be in the workspace that the first workspace you were in that looks like this. So you are already in the workspace.
counterplots, export docs or Excel sheets or CSV files to Google Drive. You could turn on different state standards tools. You can create geometric shapes and angles, so on and so forth. So to get started, I want to walk us through how to build an app. And for that, I'm going to start from scratch. We'll resolve this comment, remove the tools, and let's get started.
I just want to check, can you all hear the audio? I just saw a note that audio is not audible. Can you all hear?
Yes,
think
although
I-
it's quite low.
Sorry?
Yes, I can. Well, it's quite
Okay,
low.
great. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've tried to turn up the volume as much as I could. But again, you'll be able to see this after the session as well. So I'm going to let it play out and then we'll move forward from there.
So here it says background. You are an expert in. What do you want the AI model to know a lot about? For this example, I'm just going to go over AI and education. So you are an expert in AI, education, and the intersection of the two. Your role is to help play
Okay, so I think you all have a general idea of the functionality of this, but a couple of things that I just want to point out. One, you can build your own apps using this platform without having to be an engineer, someone that understands code or is, super tech savvy. It is using natural language. The other thing that I also wanted to explicitly name is that there is a PlayLab assistant that could actually help you get a head start with using the app. So I've actually done a screencast of that here that I'll quickly show you. So if you see on the screen on the far right over here, I'm going to try to annotate my screen really quickly. You'll see there's this assistant here. And when you click on the assistant, it will ask you, well, what is it that you need help with? What do you want to do? And you can see me typing down here. This is an app developed for Leader to provide teachers with feedback. All right. So I'm asking the app to give me recommendations for how would I build an app like this. So it's asking me for a little bit more information about, is there a particular framework that I'm using? So if you have your own observation checklist or what have you, you can load that up or you can describe it to the app. I told the app that I wanted to use a framework called Danielson. So it says, okay, I'm going to use the Danielson framework. And now remember when you saw in the previous video, the background, the workflow, the guardrails and guidelines. Now the assistant has created all of that for you. So you don't even have to put that in yourself. You can ask the assistant to help you build that. And all you have to do is copy it and paste it right here. And then the app will begin to work. So from there, you could then begin to edit and revise. So you can see that the app is now starting to function. You can play around with it and you can edit the workflow. You can edit any of the details that you were given based on your specifications. So now I'm going to try this out by using a sample set of observation notes that I'm downloading here. So you can see that I've attached this in the chat bot. And it's now going to use the framework that I asked it to give some feedback to the teacher based on the specific observation framework that I gave to it. So you can see these domains are specific to Danielson. And now I'm asking the app to give me some feedback that I can share with the teacher based on the observation notes that I provided. Okay, so again, I know we're running through this very quickly, but you will be able to access this offline. So I'm going to move us forward very quickly. Stop. Oh, let's stop annotating. Just so you all know, my laptop decided that it wanted to start working today. So I'm having a little trouble here. So things that we would talk about if we had the opportunity and if we had more time is for you to actually build something and think about how you might use it in your school and what ideas you might have for different types of Play Lab tools that you would want to build that would fit your context. I think what is notable here is that, again, you are building tools that are specific to your context. So it's only going to reference the information that you are giving it, whereas a lot of different other broader AI tools are referencing information from everywhere. So it may not necessarily be contextually relevant for your environment. So I'm going to just ask you to come off mute. I know we had a very quick conversation, but is there any insight that you're taking back with you today? Are there any actions that you plan on taking in the next couple of weeks? And are there any things that you see that Play Lab can do to support your work as an instructional leader? So I'm going to pause and let you come off mute to share that. I might have
Hi,
to
so
follow.
for me, one of the things I'm thinking of, I think it's the growth coaching model you explained the other time. So I would be able to use that with my teachers, make sure that setting clear objectives. I'm able to um, support them by, like you said, not giving them a judgmental look every time I want to have that conversation with them, and putting in place, plans, actionable plans that would help them to be able to grow, to be able to explore possibilities and deal with whatever situation that we are being faced with in the classroom and the school.
Thank you so much, Bisola. I appreciate you sharing that. And I think that that will help to bring down some of the tension or into the room. So I appreciate that. Any other thoughts?
Okay, so please, before we go, I would like to ask, so because I was not with my laptop at the time the QR code was, I mean, the invite link was sent. So I would like to ask, are we going to get access to the video or the slides so that I would be able to access the Play Lab workspace?
Absolutely. I've put on the screen, it will open up a survey, which will ask for your email address. That survey will come to me. And then I will send you a copy of this entire presentation for your review. And so you can watch it at your leisure, because I know we spent a very quick time running through these slides very fast, and some people might just need a little more time. So yes, so please scan the QR code and I'll get these slides to you. Any other thoughts, things that you're taking away, things you'll implement, or ways that you think PlayLab might be able to help you through the development of your own solutions?
I think for me, it's well, I wasn't here at the beginning of the session either, but I think looking at the app,
Sure.
it would help in personalizing professional development from the feedbacks you're able to get. And I think it's also, again, I wasn't here, but from the little I can see, it's going to be more of like community driven. You're able to reach more, lesser time, and you can personalize more learning.
Yes, and you know what? Because we are all in one workspace, if you all choose to build apps, we can see each other's apps in the workspace and try them out and test them out. And, it's a really great opportunity to share what works and experiment and be able to see what other people are doing. So I hope that you all will consider playing around and experimenting. There's literally no stakes. There's no mistakes. There's no one judging. This is just our little sandbox where we can play. Any other thoughts, questions, ideas? Well, I realize that we are 6 minutes over time. So Sonia, I want to appreciate you for inviting me to this experience to be able to share a little bit about the work that we're doing here at PlayLab and how we're supporting teachers and leaders. But I'm going to hand it over to you to close this out.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mrs. Martin, for that section. My network is quite bad now, so I'm not on the video again for now. We've learned about instructional leadership, and of course, my take home or my advice to or my summary of the lessons will include that. Number one, of course, we know that instructional leadership is more learning, is learner-centered. And so as a result of that, as school leaders, like we've said our instructional leadership must be 60%, like we learned yesterday. Administrative leadership must be 20%. So one of our core work as school leaders is instructional leadership. So as leaders, we must learn to set clear academic vision. We must ensure a well-structured systemic classroom observation and feedbacks. We must ensure we support teacher development. We must use data to drive instructions. And then we must do curriculum and instruction oversight. We must build a learning culture. We must ensure accountability for all teachers and of course all the workforce there. And then of course we must be able to use tools. That is where PlayLab also comes in here. We must be able to use tools, classroom observation tools, lesson plan review tools, teacher coaching frameworks, data tracking sheets, professional development plans. So it is important that we explore all of these things. Additionally, we must ensure that our school is known for strong teaching quality. Our school is known for strong teaching quality. We must encourage new teaching strategies. We must be visible in our class. We must be visible in our class. And then, of course, we must ensure continuous teacher development. and then we must see measurable improvement in teachers' performances. These are our core as instructional leaders. And of course, we know that on the final note, let me summarize a framework like this. So we do from observation to you observe, you analyze, feedback, support, and you observe. That's generally your role as instructional leader. You observe, you analyze, you give feedback, you support, and then you observe till competencies become better, till learning quality uh, uh, is improved, till um, your learning outcomes are achieved, and of course till everybody become better, not only you, not only the teachers, even including the student, till learning becomes quality education, quality learning becomes systemic, becomes a part or a core of your school. So this is generally a summary of instructional leadership, and we want to say a very big thank you to um, Mrs. Martin once again for leading this conversation. Of course, we will request for the slides, like she have said, and of course, how well we can get into start using PlayLab. Of course, in carrying out our works in 21st century school leadership, tools are important. It's not a lot about theories alone now, and that is why I appreciate talking about PlayLab in the conversation. Like in the modern times in school leadership, it's not about theory and practice alone now. It's about what tools, what resources are we using to drive um, what resources are we using to drive these changes that we want to see? What tools are we employing? And then, so in modern times, tools are very important. And of course, every single time we have conversations like this, we must talk about tools, we must talk about resources to drive whatever we need to do. So, thank you once again, Mrs. Martin, for this wonderful time. Of course, if you have any other question, please do well to ask or drop down, and of course we'll get it across to as well. And unfortunately, I think she has also dropped her email, so you can do it to reach out to her as well. So on that note, a very big thank you. Tomorrow is another time. We are now going to be looking at how you can set up systems to transform your school. Transformation systems and strategies to transform your school, and that will be handled by Dr. Nkechi Fakoya, and then it's going to be another exciting time. So we have learned about one of our core work, which is instructional leadership. One of our second core work is now transforming our school, and of course it's going to be an exciting time again tomorrow. On that note, I want to say thank you everybody for joining. It's been a wonderful time, and have a lovely night rest. Bye bye, everybody.